All right, hello everybody, and welcome out to Lakeland, Florida for week 10 of the M9 Modified Tour here in Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Here at USA International Speedway. Joining me tonight is Lucky. Say hello.
All right, thanks for coming out.
Hey everybody, what's going
on? Here
on?
we're Pushback League. Appreciate everybody showing up for
what's
that.
going on is a pretty stacked race here tonight.
Second starts on leader.
Quinn.
From there on out.
The pretty stacked modified race here tonight. Blake Giglio joins last second, gets the pole here tonight, so it's going to be exciting to see how he does here tonight, but I'll let the drivers meeting play really quick, hear the rest of it.
2 shorter races just to kind of catch up. Gives people a chance to practice on that, though. So let us know. We'll put something up in the Discord. But other than that, have a good race.
Alright, you heard him, have a good race. We got 15 cars out here tonight. I think that's the most we've seen in a while. Iowa was pretty stacked, had a lot of cars, but
only if it's next week.
Should be a good one too.
We're thinking, so it looks like it's New Hampshire. So, and that was supposed to be like 70 laps, and maybe like 30, and then New Smyrna like.
Alright, we're gonna do 2 pace laps here, so we'll go through our grid for tonight's race. Starting on the pole for tonight's race, Blake Giglio in the 61 car. Outside of him, Ken Zimes in the 90. First start, I think, in the series this season, so see how he can do. Dustin Navoa and Ryan Honeycutt, 4th and 3rd respectively. Trevor Catalano will start 5th here tonight. Alongside him, Quinn Newton in the 97 car. Jeremy Shearer going to start 7th tonight in the 15. Outside of him, Josh Emerson in the 73. Mike Christopher going to start 9th tonight in the number 16. Pat Catalano going to start on his outside in the number 4 car. And behind them, Jeremy Clapper Newell going to start in 11th in the 21. Inside of him, Mike Morkett in the 46. And last 3 cars, Gatlin Downey going to start in 13th in the 05. Daniel Llewellyn, surprised he's here tonight. It's a pretty late night for him, but starting 14th in that 23 car, and then running out our 15 car field, Scott Elston in the 85. It's not Nashville. Apologies. Okie dokie. Here we go. And Giglio gets us started. Green flag in the air. Oh, contact already in turn 1. Ken Zimes out in the middle of a 3-wide situation. Looks like the 96 in Navoa tried to send it in there on the outside. The 54, Trevor Catalano. Spicy on the bottom. We'll bring our voice chat back in, see what everybody's talking about. Oh, Mike Christopher. Really out of shape on the front stretch. Single file into turn 3. Still some battling going on toward the back half of the field. Yeah, it looks like the entire field is going to be single filed out for now, but it looks like Honeycutt right on the back bumper of Giglio trying to get any way he can around that 61 car, and he's having a few blinks right here actually. Oh, Honeycutt got tight off, maybe loose, I don't know. Had an issue with that car, backed way off the throttle.
Hoping that Blake burns his stuff up and he brings him back down here.
Yeah, Blake, you know, you don't really tell with him. Sometimes it looks like he's just completely burning his tires off in these cars. And then he'll start driving away from the field, and I don't know how he does it, but other weeks it seems like he burns them off. He's just, oh, got an incident. Looks like Mike Morkin around on the front stretch. ended up happening with him. I think Daniel Llewellyn was also involved. He actually towed it and I think called it a night. So we'll back it up here and see what happened to the 46. Battling on the outside of Gatlin. Downey gets into turn 3. And cuts it down in the middle of the corner, maybe across the 23's nose. And those two both go around. I think Scott Elston also got a piece of it. Look on board with the 23 car, get the full picture. But Daniel, I mean, he kind of had it missed, and then 85 got a piece of him, and well, then he ended up going around. I don't know. What do you think, Lucky, when you put that on?
I mean, it looked like you got a pretty good little run and had nowhere to go kind of deal there. Short track racing at its finest in these modifieds.
Absolutely.
I can barely hear you.
Well,
Hi there, Pat.
I don't have a points graphic, unfortunately, for everybody in chat, but I can kind of give you a picture. There is a battle going on in this race for the regular season champion. I think it's Jeremy Scher, who has the regular season lead right now, 339 total points. And then 7 points behind him with 332 is Patsy Catalano going into tonight's race. So that means Patsy, without leading a lap or winning the race, would have to finish 7 spots ahead of the 15 car to tie him, and 8 more to fully take that regular season championship. But if he leads a lap, he gets an extra point. If he leads the most laps, he gets another point. And if he wins the race, he gets 3. So that could cut the difference down to 3 spots rather than 7 or 8. But you know, that's the main battle going on tonight. I think pretty much all of our playoff drivers are confirmed. I think with 15 cars showing up, it was just enough for Mike Morkett and Honeycutt to be locked in. Looks like pace car lights are out. We're 1 to green.
Only clown can do that because he's a clown. Maybe I'll make it like the 18 to 54 inside of it for real life for Florida this year.
We'll see if Blake gets a big jump on this start, or does Honeycutt keep it close?
Yeah, I'm thinking Blake's going to get a good start. That first start, if anybody does not know in chat, it is on green, but this one is on Blake, and he's able to get a really good start on that inside lane. And going to clear to the lead before turn 1. And they're already mostly single file. Honeycutt to the inside of Giglio, planked out for a second. It's hard to keep track of him. Side by side for the lead. Honeycutt saw an opportunity and he took it. And Giglio real out of shape and loses a ton of time.
Looks like he got way too high in that corner and lost 4 or 5 spots here. He's fixing to lose another one to 97 of Quinn Newton. They're battling here for position.
Yeah, it looked like Giglio just got out of shape, but I heard Honeycutt come over the radio and apologize, and he didn't even seem close to him, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe a lot of net code or something like that, not entirely sure. Looks like Navoa actually bleeding a few spots right there. He drops back into 4th. Honeycutt, who was able to take over the lead, drops back into 3rd, and now Trevor Catalano takes over the lead of this race. With Ken Zimes right out of his rear bumper.
Look at the stack from the line.
Oh, Michael Christopher! Down in the infield grass on the front stretch, able to save it, get back on track. I don't think he made any contact with anybody, just got loose off turn 4.
Patsy Catalano's slowly trying to reel in Quinn Newton in the 97 that's just in front of him, trying to gain those valuable spots for that points battle.
Yeah, right now, Scherer 2 spots ahead of Patsy, so Patsy's got a lot of work to do. He's with Scherer being in 6th right now. I mean, if he just holds that spot, there's no way Patsy can make up enough points, but he's got to be careful. Scherer's just in a position where he's just got to hold that spot if he wants that regular season championship. But everybody's here for wins, right? So he's going to be racing hard this whole race no matter what. The 90 is all over the back bumper of that 54.
What a move that Ken's making here on the leader.
Great job getting to his inside off turn 4. See if he can complete that pass. Oh, the 54 tags the outside wall, and that's going to cost him the lead and maybe more.
So far, it seems like he's maintaining that 2nd position, but oh my goodness.
What a save. I thought he was for sure getting that outside wall. But he collects the car and keeps it on 4th.
I think the whole field breathed a sigh of relief on that one.
Absolutely. That would have gone into a few cars if he came back down the track. They're side by side for 3rd right now. Sorry, 2nd. Thought there were 2 cars in front of him. Really close quarters right there. They were just asking for netcode on that pass, but everything works out, and the 96 is going to take over 2nd.
Feels like these drivers have gotten a little bit of a rhythm and comfortable with how their cars are and not afraid to start using those bumper bars and whatnot if they have to.
Looked like the top 5 kind of broken away from the rest of the field. We have another pack of 3 cars, Newton, Scherer, Catalano. And then another 2nd and a half back from them, back to Josh Emerson with another 3-car pack. Alongside Elston and Downey. And then Mike Christopher on an island. Jeremy Clapper Newell on an island. And Mike Morkin actually looks like stayed on the lead lap after that incident, but that car I think still a little bit hurt. In danger going a lap down in about 4 seconds worth of time on track, so he's got to be careful.
If you're Mike Merkin, you're thinking a yellow would be really good right about now.
So top 2, both Zymes cars. And Honeycutt, who I think, no, he has not got a win this season. He's been in so many shots to win this whole season. It feels like he's got a few already, but he's just never got that 13 car to victory lane.
It looks like Merkin is potentially taking that car to pit road to do some repairs.
Yeah, maybe now that he's going a lap down, just going to take that fast repair. Well, maybe call it a night since I think he's pretty much locked in. We'll see what he decides to do.
Still got about 50 laps left of this race, so I mean, he's not completely out of it as something would happen. Need a lot of luck to go his way for that to be even a possibility after that incident early in the race.
lot of battling going on for the top three. These cars are only a few inches apart in these corners.
Kind of seems like those first three are starting to put a little bit of a distance between themselves and the 4th and 5th place behind them. Then we had a position change between Catalano and Newton occur.
Catalano now all the way up to 6th. Got by Scherer now 3 spots ahead of him, 2 spots. So he's gonna need more than that, but that's a good start for him. Also getting by Newton. He just needs a caution, and I think he's got the speed to get a few more spots here.
It does seem like that Ford machine of Patsy Catalano has been slowly reeling in everybody in front of him, so he's doing everything he needs to try to get some valuable points.
Battle at the front, still ongoing. Looks like 4th and 5th have started to drop off. That's Trevor Catalano and Blake Giglio. Not too far, but about a second for both of them. Oh, moved to the inside from the 96 and the VOA. He'll lead that lap. And looks like he'll clear the lead in 1 and 2.
Looks like Honeycutt in 3rd is trying to set up to make a move on 2nd.
Got really close on that one and almost had the inside, but just couldn't get there. Gonna try to set up another move. Caught the apron right there. That cost him some time. Just that little bit of a battle between, I mean, not even the whole top three, just the 2 front cars. That allowed Catalano and Giglio to both close in. Now that they've closed in, Patsy Catalano, that is, the 4 car, is now about 2.5, just under 2.5 seconds behind the top 5. But he has put up a nice gap back to 7th. He's got another 2.5 seconds back there. And Scherer has gotten by Newton, so that's going to help him in the point situation. Newton's kind of been up and down tonight. Found himself in the top 5 here and there, but then made up some spots, and now he fell back behind Catalano and Scherer.
Looks like there's starting to be a little bit of a battle behind them.
It's like the 05 and 85. Now the 05 and the 16. We have just passed halfway, about 2 laps ago.
Still continue to try to battle with the 05 here. Just can't get enough momentum to be able to fully make the move. They're still side by side going to the turn here. Oh, they have a little contact between the 16 and the 05, but they still kept it going pretty good here.
Oh, the caution's out. Blake Giglio involved along with Trevor Catalano. And Ryan Honeycutt. Looks like Honeycutt and Giglio able to hold on to their positions, but the 54 back in 7th. Let's see what happened. I think it's going to start up here with Honeycutt. Oh yeah, Honeycutt dropped down to defend that position, and dropped down a little too far and got on the apron. Let's see from 54's nose. Yeah, no contact, just 13 to Honeycutt getting on the apron. Looks like everybody coming down pit road right here.
Ooh, yeah.
Emerson stays out.
Mike,
I have to
was there any
wonder, are we
room
going to see
between
any
you and
tire
that
strategies of
pylon?
where maybe someone takes rights, or do they take 4 here?
I think I might have knocked.
Yeah, I think we'll see a few take 4. I know some people like to take 4, but I've heard Blake say time and time again that the left sides don't really do much in these. And it looks like a majority of the field take 2. But looks like a few cars taking those left side tires on pit road. That includes Honeycutt, Trevor Catalano, Jeremy Sher, and Gatlin Downey. So the 2 cars that spun, it looks like going to take all 4, which is pretty smart. I would agree with that call.
Down pit road there,
Quinn Newton and Clapper Newell both coming down pit road now. Quinn might be taking the left side tires now.
Might want to clear Quinn's black flag if he has one.
But Josh Emerson and Mike Christopher both stay out. So they're going to get a ton of track position from that. And with just over 30 laps left, can they hold that for very long? I say that I think Emerson is coming down pit road now. Yeah, so that's going to leave just Mike Christopher as the only one to stay out.
It's a very interesting strategy for Mike Chris here. Everyone else behind him has at least fresher right side tires than he does. But we'll have to see, does he have enough time in his favor here to hold on to as many spots as he can? Can he pull out a win? Or are we going to see Giglio or Navoa get up here and blow his doors off here on this restart?
I'm thinking the latter, but Mike has surprised me before. If anybody remembers last season in Martinsville, Mike held off Blake Giglio to snap his win streak in a pretty exciting fashion. And nobody really saw it coming, but Mike came through with that numberless car. Took home his first career win in the modifieds. Let's see if he can get another one here tonight.
It's going to be a heck of a task because he's got quite a few hungry, talented drivers behind him on those newer tires.
Alright, pace car going to pull off and get this race started once again. And green flag back in the air. Giglio, hard block. I'm sorry, not Giglio. The 16 confuses me. Christopher with a hard block to the inside. But it looks like Giglio able to get to his outside and blows his doors off in the backstretch and clears to the lead. And now Mike Chris is a moving chicane in 3 and 4.
There was a little contact between a couple of the...
Oh no.
Oh,
Trevor Catalano hard in the outside wall. Caution is out. Looks like collects Scott Elston and a few others. That car is destroyed.
That right front does not look like it's at all in good shape here. Definitely some severe suspension damage on that 54 machine.
So that started all the way back, pretty much in turn 3. See if we can cue this replay up. We're gonna go all the way back here. Go up to the 16 of Christopher. Alright, so he's gonna get into turn 3 here. Brakes a little bit earlier than I think these guys are expecting, but they have to remember he's on older tires. And looks like the 4, I think that is, yeah, the 4 gets into the 90, which then sends the 90 up the track which then sends the 96 up the track, who does a great job saving it. The 13 gets on the apron down here. They come off the corner. The 13 gets into the 54. 54 trying to save it, not get into the 96. Ends up losing the car.
Pull that same move on Blake there.
And spins to the outside wall.
Collecting the 85 of Scott Elston.
He did it to me on
So, a lot to unpack there, but I think we got it all.
Me?
And, well, there's a third caution of the night.
No, Sir Blake.
It's kind of tough when they're running so close to each other on a short track like this, not to have something like this happen. Especially when you got a difference of grip of some of the people that were ahead of them. That just adds to the things that can happen here at USA Speedway.
Yeah, I gotta say, USA, not one of my favorites, but it's put on a pretty decent show here tonight.
With 20-some laps left in this race, you gotta think that some of these drivers are probably going to be a little bit more aggressive because of how hard it is to get around people here. And with the laps closing, they're going to be battling pretty hard to try to get whatever track position they can.
And have me a mommy for real.
Especially if you're Patsy Catalano, that looks like he's
teach you the ropes
in the top 3 here for this restart.
Yeah, and that's huge for him. If he can get a lap lead, that'll get him an extra point.
Probably a
And if he can get the race win, that's going to be also huge. He needs Scherer to fall back a few positions if he wants to pass him. And he needs to gain a few more.
9 out of 10 and 8. What are we talking here?
We're talking like this is, you know,
Problem is,
getting in the playoffs, stuff like that. It's just for the regular season
but if he
championship,
turns
pretty much
around
just for
and
bragging
after
rights. I
that,
don't think you get any bonus points for the regular season champion.
Iowa
But
not?
it's still fun to say you got it.
oh, for Adam, bad. She is
And that's
fit.
pretty much the only points battle going into this week.
Here's the thing: a pack can always pick a state or turn the lane. Either one.
You got Mike Chris, it's going to be on the
No, she is hot
outside
in the face,
of Blake
and she
Giglio
worked
on the
out,
front
and I can
row.
tell that she is
Gotta
definitely a
wonder what that's going to do to that outside line when
What
they
are you
go
waiting
green.
for?
Why are you still on here?
10. I
Here we
don't
go.
know.
Getting ready to go back green once again. And a good start for Giglio, but Christopher going to hang on his outside. Patsy Catalano gets to the inside of the 16. Patsy's got those 2 fresh tires over Christopher, so it should be a pretty easy pass for him. And it is. Catalano clears into second. Now Christopher under fire from the 90. Ken Zimes.
Zimes got to be careful about when he tries to make his move because he can potentially open the door for Honeycutt behind, or Novoa behind him to make a move.
Yeah, Christopher doing a pretty good job at holding these guys off right now. As I say that, he gets turned by the 90, who the 90 gets turned off the 13, and we have a massive wreck on the backstretch.
My goodness, we got cars.
The 15 is up and over. He's going to have to tow. That is huge.
Better now, I believe.
That may have
I'll give him a shot.
been a pretty big dagger to Scherer's hopes here on that
I'm sorry, Mike. I let
regular
everyone know.
championship series lead that he's currently holding over Patsy Catalano, who's running
I
second.
don't have a left front, so I had to reverse that.
So I don't think the last
Right,
one,
what you're
you know,
saying is you're gonna pull
Christopher
up
on
in
the
that
old tires
hot
starting
rod
up front
and take her
might
to
have
dinner, right?
had a hand in what happened, but this one, I think just a miscalculation by the 90 kind of
Get right
turned
to
the
the
16
center.
rounds, and nothing really Mike Christopher could do.
You know it.
He didn't do a block. He didn't throw a block. He didn't cut his nose off on the exit,
Yeah,
I
the
think.
drive up on a modified with no left front on it.
Just a miscommunication, miscalculation from the 90 car. We'll look
I
on
heard older
board.
women make good pies.
Too bad dinner's gonna be like 4:30.
So he's gonna get a run right here, trying to use it off the corner, and a little bit of neck code, I think. It grabs the 90's front end.
Kids, so I'm hoping
You see right here, it makes false contact with the 16,
Just be ready
pulls
to
his
go
front
a few
end
rounds,
up into
all
the
I gotta say.
16's rear bumper, and then sends by Christopher around.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to go a few rounds. You know, you're only making it
But
a
then,
minute and a half.
we're gonna have to unpack this one again because it was like 4
You know,
different
the way
wrecks.
you're talking, I'm starting to think you got a big day.
The 90,
You won't be able to take all of it.
then he gets ran into by the 13 trying to check up.
Ah,
Then the 13
average
gets
is
ran
big.
into by the rest of the
2
field.
inches, that's, I mean, that's
15, the 97, the 73.
Hey Dustin, are you still alive after that?
Looks like
My controller disconnected. We gotta fit here, boys.
everybody else made it through that, I
Controls
think.
are player.
But my goodness, that's a lot of wrecks.
It looked like
Were
a
you
majority of
fantastic?
those
I did.
were involved in this
Yeah.
yellow. It came down to get repairs and
What's
put
that?
on tires if they had a set left.
I made it through.
Yeah, it looks like we had Ken Zimes, Josh Emerson, Ryan Honeycutt, Mike Christopher, all pit. Jeremy Shearer's still on pit road. As I said, he had to tow it. But I'm assuming taking the fast repair, there it is. Towing is complete. He's going to get back out on track.
Damn, my finger
We'll
is
see how many
popping
laps
today.
down. 3
80.
laps down for Shearer.
Ah,
That is really unfortunate.
how hard do you rate on 1 lap time?
Ran a great race, was in a good spot.
See, mine's so small, we can't have a 1 out of 10. It's either light foot
Unless
on or
anything
light foot
changes, he
off,
needs some
so-
lucky dogs, which could happen. I mean, he's the only
Those
car
are
a
the
lap
counter
down,
off I got.
but he's going to need a lot to go his way if he wants that regular
I'd say
season
it's like, you
championship.
know how sometimes you can get the switch stuck in the middle?
He definitely has to hope that if
That's what she
those
said,
yellows
too, though.
come out, that he doesn't get collected in or involved in any way with the
I thought
other
you said you were
wires.
gonna be
That
steering
would
with the damn
definitely end his chances of getting any of those 3 laps
Might be.
back here.
Had to get you
Looks like we're
clean
going to go
break
green
out
with
off the
14
second.
laps to go in this race.
Oh hell yeah.
With Patsy Catalano and Blake Giglio on the front row.
Keep clean break out.
And then
I'll
Quinn Newton in third and
the two-shoe train.
Trevor Catalano behind Patsy in fourth. So all right, Blake steps on it once again. Oh, contact between the 4 and the 97 already. They're side by side for second. Oh, the 97 slid open the corner, gets tagged by the 54. And a great save by Quinn Newton, didn't even lose a spot. But somebody just got smoked in the back. Looks like Jeremy Shearer. How did that happen? I mean, he's... I don't know who's racing him that hard that he gets bumped into like that, but anyway, looks like he was able to save it. Now, looks like Trevor Catalano slides into third. Quinn Newton trying to hold off Ken Zimes for fourth. Zimes going to get by him. Mike Christopher tags the apron. And the struggles continue on this run for Mike Christopher. Somehow was able to wiggle his way into sixth.
Oh, we
How
got
he managed
someone
that.
going around in that corner, bringing out a 4th yellow of the night.
Jeremy Clapper Newell goes around in 1 and 2. And caution number 5 of the night, with 10 laps to go.
I Blakey.
See what happened on this one. Didn't even catch this one on the live camera.
Alright, fine. Land that out of the way then.
Really hard to do it.
Honey cut to the inside, and looks like Clapper Newell did not acknowledge his presence and paid the price for it. That's about all you can. Not much more to it than that. We'll go from chase camera here. Yeah, just kind of came down on his nose. It looks like there's room down there, but if he goes any lower, he's not making the corner. All right. So leader Blake Giglio, and then behind him the two Catalanos, second and third.
This did allow Jeremy Scherer to get one of his 3 laps that he went down due to that incident he was involved in previous to this caution. So he's got to hope that he gets 2 more of those, and maybe he has a chance to maybe pick up some spots. But it's going to be quite a tall order here with the laps winding down the way they are.
Blake might be up in your lane a little bit.
I'm gonna pull in Patsy Catalano here, see what he's got to say. See what he's thinking on this restart. Hey Patsy, it's Lucas. Got me?
Oh yeah, bud. What's going on?
Hey, you know what they say?
Hey man, nothing
Grass
much.
on the
Just
hill,
this
place
race
for a
winding
hole in
down.
one.
You've got yourself in second right here. Got some familiar faces around you. What are you gonna do to get around Blake here?
I don't know. I do know my cousin. I know his driving style, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. And we'll just try to keep the car clean here and finish on the podium.
Are you racing indoor?
Gotcha. Well, you're gonna try to put the bumper to Blake Giglio. What do you think?
If it comes down to it, I definitely will. These are modifieds, and that's why they have bumpers.
Hey, that's what I like to hear, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, you heard him. They got bumpers for a reason. I love it.
Make a race next weekend with it.
He
Sorry, definitely
definitely needs to get those belts pulled
Well,
tight
what did you
here,
say? Come on, give us the
because
scoop
they
now.
will be going back green here shortly.
She has kids.
Yeah.
Nah, they need a dead daddy.
I think this is the most we've seen the lead cycle throughout the race all season. I mean, I'm sure there's been some good races. We have a lot of passes for the lead, but we've had a ton of leaders here tonight. And under green flag conditions, the passes have happened. So definitely some good racing here tonight, but looks like we're double file. Gonna go green this time by with 5 laps to go in this race.
He has the daughter. Her daughter's dead.
Right up your alley.
Never mind, that backfired, but for Blake, that's
It
perfect.
looks
I
like
think he did
Blake
like a little
Giglio has decided
Yeah, you
he
better get
wants
this
to
back, bro.
restart on the outside line as the
I hit her
leader.
with the
This ought to
water
make
for
things
Connor.
interesting for everyone behind him here.
Yeah, squirrely start. Almost hit the outside wall on a 4. But that gave Ken Zimes a great start and puts him into second in turn 1. So I don't know what happened with Patsy right there, but he falls back to third. Still in that podium position like he talked about. We have a caution. Jeremy Clapper Newell involved again, along with Josh Emerson.
What was that start? That's my bad. I wasn't paying attention.
You hear Trevor Catalano over the radio, not happy with his cousin. Not a terrible
Blake
start.
is starting dead in front of you on your bumper. I
All right,
expect him
let's
to
see.
be 3 lanes
Got
high when we
the
get to turn 1.
21 and the 73 right here. Oh. I already see this going on. All right, so that's not as clear cut as the last one. I'll just leave it at that.
Listen, if you get under Blake, I promise
I
you
think
we
Fart
will
Chase
not
will
get
give us a
back
better
to you.
idea of this. So I think it starts around Honeycutt. Kind of a dive into the turn 1 here.
Lucky dog.
Kind of moves the 05 up the racetrack, which is, you know, it is what it is. And then ends up catching the apron. Gets loose from catching the apron. And then kind of net code contact with the 21. Just sends him straight up into the 21 and down into the 73. And we crisscross Applesauce Sullivan backstretch.
And somehow Jeremy Scherer in the 15 avoids contact with any of those right there. So that's
Yeah, that gives him
Gonna-
another Lucky Dog, it looks like? Yeah, so he's 1 lap down now. As you say that, we'll go on board with him, see what he saw through that wreck, how he avoided it. But let off. Good call. And a great choice to go to the left. That is not what I would have done. I would have drove right into it.
Sometimes it's hard to tell which way someone's zigging or zagging when they're wrecking like that. You only have a little bit of time to react to it
20 bucks
here.
if you wreck Blake. If you knock Blake out of the way, come out as the leader, 20 bucks.
Sharon needs 1 more of those, and he's back in the lead lap.
I said I will
Just
literally hand you
pretty
20 bucks if you knock
unbelievable.
Blake out of the way.
Be at your house for 1 minute.
You do have to wonder that if by
Roger
some
that.
luck that they do
She said,
bring out
so you'll be
one
at
more
Trent County
yellow
this
that
weekend.
puts
I
him
might come and
on
watch. I said,
the
no,
lead
we'll be at
lap,
Trent County.
is he going to have any time to be able to make up positions, or is he just going to try to stay out of harm's way in case there's another incident that happens in these closing
Just
laps?
text her and be
The
like,
way they've been wrecking him
come
up,
over
it's
your
totally
house, we can just watch
possible he
on
makes
TV
up 5
together.
or 6 spots in the white flag lap.
I'd be like,
And it looks like we're going to be using a
suspended in
green white
theory,
checkered here,
but
no surprise there.
spin you up.
We have 3 total attempts
good
at a
win.
green white checkered finish.
I'm
After that, it'll just finish under caution. And this will be the first attempt of 3. So if they can't do it off this restart,
You'll
they'll
roper
have
right in. Literally.
1 more shot and then 1 more after that.
I mean, if I
And
was
that's
in her
it.
shoes,
So,
then I would take it.
Hopefully we don't have to use all of them, but looks like the pace car lights are out. We're double filed again.
From the car store,
Everybody looks a little confused right here. Hopefully they get it sorted out.
It's looking like Blake's taking the inside line on
or
this
get Mike leading. Those are your
attempt.
2 options.
It looks like getting down there with his teammate Catalano. They can coordinate a restart.
Still got my Chris here in 4th, but outside line.
There's green flag. 2 laps to go here at USA. Pat Catalano, Ken Zimes side by side in 1 and 2. And Mike Christopher goes around in a massive wreck again. Caution is out. I think that's the 73 at Emerson. No, Emerson got through it. I think that's the 54 at Catalano. Mike Christopher, Scott Elston. Looks like Elston just had to tow it. Yeah, his car is completely destroyed, missing a right front wheel. And I don't even know who turned Mike Christopher there. I did not see who he went off the nose of. I'm guessing the 54 because they're running into each other.
Oh, this is not good.
They're horsing around here in 1 and 2. Straight shenanigans.
I didn't see you use the chrome horn.
Okay, looks like they tuckered themselves out. Let's see what happened.
It was coming. It was coming. Caution came out.
Okay, so yeah, just
Can I get the black clears for passing the
send it into 1 and 2, and there's not a car width to the left of the 16.
Hey, Blake,
But
how you
at the
feeling
same
out there,
time,
big
you know,
dog?
some
A little
people would
nervous?
say if you're not on the bottom, you're kind of asking for it. So it's left up to interpretation. The 16 not on the bottom all the way, but at the same time, there wasn't a gap. So I don't know. Definitely can go both ways, I would say. You know, getting down on a green, white, checkered. Nobody's lifting. Just kind of short track racing, but that is going to destroy several cars in that one.
I think that brings back to what Patsy Catalano, the cousin of Trevor Catalano, had said earlier when we had him up here, saying that he knows how his cousin races and drives, and I think we saw an example of just what Patsy Catalano meant by what he said about his cousin there.
Yeah, Patsy with the foreshadowing there.
I feel bad for Trev.
But he finds himself back in second again.
Sure did.
and maybe putting the bumper to Blake this time around. I would love to see it. But
What do you do?
got Dustin Novoa in there in third and Quinn Newton in fourth. I think this is the highest he's been all
Just
night,
looks
so
like a
looking to get a podium finish.
in the corner, to be honest with it.
You also got Downey in the 05 and 5th, and Honeycutt in the 13 and 6th.
How about Honeycutt? I mean, I think he's been involved in 80% of the wrecks tonight, and he's still sitting in 6th right now.
He's one ran into me.
No, Mike. I know. He ran into you. That's what I'm saying.
Then you got Clever Newell, Josh Emerson, Jeremy Scherer, who is on the lead lap,
He ran into me.
and now sitting in 9th. So, this regular season championship
I didn't hear about that part.
back within reach of that 15 car. We'll see if he can get it done. Just needs to make, I think, 2 passes.
Don't talk about doing shit.
And he'll have it back as long as Patsy does not win.
Bottom.
Giglio going to take the bottom.
Alright, just line up like this. It looks like, I don't know what happened to Ken.
Looks like Nicola is going to be lining up behind Giglio in
Yeah, but it
third.
shows me third. I don't know. I
Oh,
think
Ken
it's-
Zimes is gone.
Yeah, I want
Dropped
the
to
outside line.
upload packet loss. So he has dropped connection to the race server, and he'll concede his position. But green flag back out. Giglio with a decent start. Catalano right there behind him, though.
Need a black quick.
2 laps to go. A
He
bumper to the
is
61. And Patsy to the inside. Blake throws the block. That's not going to work out well. Patsy gets turned. Blake gave him room, and that saves everybody. Good call from Blake. Oh, a bumper to the 4. And this race is official. We took the white flag. Patsy out front. Dustin Novoa behind him. Blake Giglio now in third. Who's going to take it home? A bumper definitely coming to the 4 car right here. A bumper to the 96. And nobody gives the bumper to Patsy. He's going to take home the win here at USA.
Grab you on 20 bucks.
That was some crazy driving we saw here in those closing laps on that green-white checker.
What a finish. I mean, that all just goes back to Blake. Blake saved this race. He gave Patsy the room to rejoin on the racetrack. I think all 3 of those guys would have been wrecked and junked into the outside wall if he didn't do that.
And you got Quinn Newton that was sitting there in 4th, and Jeremy
Let's be honest,
Scherer
Patsy is a
5th,
legend.
it looks like. You gotta believe that Patsy's one happy guy right now. Went from running second to almost dying on the inside of the racetrack to somehow coming away with the win here.
Oh. Not a great burnout, but he's going to park in the victory lane. And that's his 2nd win of the season and his career here in the Modified Series. So congrats to Patsy Catalano. We'll get him in and get a word with him. Hey, Patsy, you got us?
Yeah, buddy.
Well, man, we talked to you on a few restarts ago. I don't know. We had a ton of them there at the end, man. But you got through it all. You made a great move. And, well, I think Blake helped you out a little bit, giving you room to rejoin back on the racetrack. But that was a crazy green-white checker finish. How was it for you?
Well, crazy is the right word to describe it, to be honest with you. I didn't mean to get into Blake there. It's just, I got into him once on accident. He got loose, and I couldn't afford to let off with all those fast guys behind me, to be honest with you. I mean, I cracked the throttle a couple times, tried to let him regather, but
Yeah. I mean, you really weren't in. You did everything you could. I mean, he blocked us down to the bottom in 3, so he was kind of asking for it. You had a guy on your rear bumper. I mean, you did about everything right on those last few laps, and a great save in turn 3, by the way. I don't know how you collected that thing and got back on the racetrack. But props to
I
you,
was
man.
shocked, to be honest with you.
Well, that was a nuts finish and a nuts race, but took home the win, and I think that gave you the regular season championship, so congrats to you on that. You got anybody
Thank
you
you.
want to thank for the season and the run tonight?
I want to thank PJ Radiator, as always, M9, just the group of guys we had tonight. It was actually really fun. We had a nice car count and stuff. Blake, for giving me a little bit of room there, even though I didn't give it to him. And happy birthday to Blake too. It's his birthday, so.
Yeah, good
And
call. I
you
forgot to
for
mention that.
broadcasting.
I appreciate it, man. Well, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win again, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome, thank you.
Get a word with our third place finisher here tonight, Ryan Honeycutt. Hey Ryan, it's Lucas, got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, well, it was definitely an up and down night for you, to say the least, but somehow took home a podium finish. I think that's pretty impressive for how the night went, man. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I think we definitely had one of the fastest cars. Choked a little bit in qualifying. Messed around a little bit too much with Blake at the start and fell back to third because of it. And then I got in the back and I was trying to come through the field. I missed my pit box because, I don't know, I was just being an idiot. But then I tried to start coming back to the field, and then, I don't know, I guess it was the Jeremy Clapper show tonight or whatever his name is. He just decided he was going to take my nose off, and then he spun himself, and then he, wanted to hit me 4 times throughout the rest of the race under caution, just trying to destroy me or show his displeasure. I don't know. It's stupid. You can't cut someone's nose off and then do that. And then after the race, he wants to tell me that I was trying to wreck people on purpose, which is pretty ironic. But other than that, I think I had a good night. I accidentally got into someone into one time, so I apologize to them for, I don't know who it was, but I think it was a yellow and purple car. I just shoved them up the racetrack for no reason. But other than that, I think we were pretty clean, other than the whole Jeremy incident.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see you being in the wrong in that incident, but he hasn't had a hot night here in SRL, so we'll leave it at that. But you still had a good run tonight, man. Is anybody you want to thank for the run?
Yeah, just all the real life people that make it happen. Connor Jones, Jones Utilities for letting me come on board with them and finish out the season with them in the late model stuff, and then all the other guys with the Johnson Racing Media with the Talkies Rockin' Oven and all those other guys, like a list for a mile. But just thankful for all the opportunities to get up on the spotter stand.
Absolutely, man. Well, appreciate you talking to us tonight, and see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Ryan Honeycutt, third place finisher. And it's like Navoa, not going to be here to talk to him tonight, but we talked to him a few times in the several wins he's got this season, so sure he won't be too upset with missing this one. But that's going to do it for us here tonight at USA. I'm Lucas Hoitzma. Joining me tonight was Lucky. Lucky, got any closing words for us tonight?
It was definitely an action-packed race that we had the experience and pleasure to witness, as well as be able to broadcast here. Obviously, there's like a few sponsors that I think the second place finisher, Navoa, actually is potentially ready to get his interview.
Yeah, we'll bring him in here. Why not? Grab this. Grab that. Hey, Dustin, I don't know if you wanted it, but hey, what's up, man?
Oh, just another day in paradise.
It was a crazy night for you too, man. We talked to Ryan. I think he saw every position on the track, and I think you were in the same boat. You got caught up in a few of them, but still took home second, man. How was the race?
The race was good. I mean, what a blast it was racing Blake and Ryan. I mean, we were just having a good time and, using the chrome horns. Sometimes you got to use it, and we kept everybody in a straight line, so that was good. And then, unfortunately we had ourselves in the catbird seat, I would say, and the controller disconnected. I smacked the inside wall, need to pit for repairs, and then somehow, some way, with a few bumps in the road and a few other drivers getting into it. It put us right back in the catbird seat. And I know with Patsy, he had $20 on the line to win that race. So I'm like, I'm going to push him and we're going to go to the win. It's going to be like Talladega, a little bit of shake and bake. So
I love it, man. Well, it looked like it worked out. You both got 1 and 2.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know where it puts me as far as points. I think you guys were taking top 12, so we might have got in on the playoffs. I don't know, but we'll see. So
Yeah, it's gonna be 1 or 2 points, I think, is gonna be the difference. So we'll have to stay glued to Discord, see what works out with that.
alrighty, sounds good.
All right, man. You got anybody you want to shout out tonight?
Patsy Canelano for winning this sucker. You guys for putting this stream on in this league. We appreciate it. And Canelano Motorsports, ZFG Esports, and anybody else I didn't think. So.
Okay. Well, appreciate you talking to us tonight. Congrats on the second. We'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you, man.
All right. That was Dustin DeVoe, a second place finisher, and he's like pretty happy Patsy won. I think a lot of people are. Patsy one of the modified favorites, and well, we're gonna probably have a deep run in these playoffs, which make sure you watch. The next 5 weeks are going to be modified playoffs. Next week, I don't know what's going to be going on with they're talking about doing a doubleheader one night, so stay tuned for that. So maybe 4 weeks, we'll see. I don't know, but we're going to start out with New Hampshire for sure. Next week, maybe another track added on with it. Not too sure. It might be New Smyrna and a New Hampshire doubleheader, but yeah, tune in next week on Tuesday for that. And I think that's all we got going on the channel the next few weeks, so I guess be on the lookout for that. But I'm Lucas Hoitzma again. Join me tonight was Lucky, and we're going to be signing out for the night. Thanks all for watching. We'll see you next week.